What's up YouTube, I'm just another guy and welcome back to Gibraltar United. So, the Shakhtar Donetsk games today, and starting off away in Ukraine, it's going to be one hell of a match. You're going to have to put up one hell of a fight, but hopefully we can get some results out of these two games. Now before we go into this, I want to talk about something briefly that I should have mentioned before, but it's something I've never really noticed. And that is that I'm going to go on, if it wants to let me click up and down here. I'm actually going to go up a few places, I think. If it's being really slow, I don't know why. Right, it's easier to do it this way, because apparently the game doesn't want to respond right now. There we go. We want to go to Lincoln. And the reason we want to go to Lincoln is because they're a professional team. And I didn't notice this. And I was like, wow, they're professional. I was like, when did Lincoln become professional? So on their history, one of their landmarks, if you didn't know, you can find that out here. And it's actually, they turned professional 3 years ago. So I never knew that. And also, recently they had a takeover from a local businessman. I don't know what that has done to their finances. But yeah, I was surprised they'd actually turned professional. So, you know, two professional teams from Gibraltar. And that's actually really, really good progression. You know, to have a team have also turned professional. Now, and the reason I sort of picked up on that or noticed it is because they have a young Gibraltarian player right back, and I was like, oh, I might bring him into my club and put him on a full-time deal. You know, that'll benefit him more. And it was only that then I thought, well, aren't Lincoln a professional team? And the answer was yes, yes they are. Then so I was like, all right, I won't sign this guy because he'll be on a professional deal at Lincoln, and he's actually playing first-team football. So that's really good to see that Lincoln have these advantages now. They have produced quite a good. They probably produced the best youth players. I don't know. We're probably just there or thereabout with them. So it's good to see that they're professional and their young players are now getting better treatment. But that was all I wanted to talk about off the pitch. So let's go into the game. So Shakhtar are just coming off a defeat against Juve. They lost 2-1. So we are also coming off the defeat, obviously, but they have a win already under their belt, and we only have a draw. So really, we're looking to go into these games, like I said, needing to pick up maybe a win from one of them. Hopefully, something out of both of them. So in goal, we have Cox, right back Benitez, Amari, Mattia, centre backs, and Muster is left back. McCourt is right mid, Mazzatelli and Sidibe at centre mids, and Carlos on the left. Sonogo and Kesiliano is up front. And the bench, we don't have a real keeper, so it's just some random guy they've designated us. Roma Perez is the main guy missing from today's game. He was injured. As you can see, he probably could have started this match, but he would have been nowhere near capable of finishing it. So for now, he's just on the bench. He'll probably return for the next Shakhtar match. Mattia Albi is also on the bench. Dan Morgan, Amofa, Tommy Thomas, and Rod Austin. So let's go into this game. Now, I played the second team in the league game before this match, and they won, so morale's pretty good because, you know, even though the second team played, it's still, we won the game, and that would just benefit everyone in the squad, not just those who actually started in their match. So they reckon Shakhtar could come out on top of Gibraltar United tonight, but it will be a tight affair. I like them words, tight affair, because it means that maybe we're not too far away from Shakhtar's quality. Clearly, you know, people are seeing it like that. This guy, Ryan Curran from ESPN FC, isn't, you know, going to be biased because he's not from Gibraltar. He isn't going to be biased because he's from Ukraine. He's going to be pretty, you know, an outside view of it. And hopefully he's not right with the scoreline, but he is right that it's going to be a tight affair, and hopefully we'll nick it. So I've picked a team that's capable of winning. I don't think there's any surprise inclusions in there. I mean, you know, Amari could be a surprise inclusion because Perez was actually eligible to play. But then again, you know, he's not fit enough. So that's not a surprise in my opinion. And, yep, do this. And I actually want to check something quickly. Do I have the instruction to play wider on? Due to their very narrow formation, I'm actually going to exploit the flanks and play wider. The reason for that is because, well, I mean, look at them. Look at their formation. No wingers. You know, fullbacks are going to be the only thing actually out on the wings for them. So hopefully we can use that for our advantage. And it is Shakhtar who get off to an incredible start. It's taken them a whole 40 seconds for them to find the back of the net, and it all came from a free kick in a pretty dangerous area. Well, not in a pretty dangerous area, but I mean whipping it into a dangerous area. Header actually controlling the ball with his head and touching it down for himself to score. So not an ideal way to start. And yet again, they're on the attack. They have a corner, and it's whipped in. We've managed to tackle the attacker though, and maybe create a counter attack for ourselves. Sonogo picking up the ball, playing it to McCourt. Still going, McCourt on that right-hand side. Plays it in. Oh, it doesn't find Sonogo. It went across pretty much across Sonogo. I think he just missed it. Salvatore playing it forward, and oh no, good. I think that was a save from Cox, sorry, in goal, not Cox in goal. I couldn't actually tell, but I think that's an opportunity wasted for Shakhtar, and it is. Either way, if the keeper didn't touch it or not, they hit the post, and we keep, and the scoreline stays at 1-0. We didn't really necessarily do anything there to keep it 1-0. This is poor. We're actually not really possessing much of a threat right now. In fact, it's looking really, really bad for us at the other end. And, oh my god, we are very, very fortunate to survive there. Stidbey unable to find McCourt with the free kick, and this could be a counter-attack for them. We have 4 Gibraltar United players back, and that should have been enough to cancel out this counter-attack, but it's still going forward, and it's still looking very threatening. Don't bring him down in the box. Good tackle, actually. Didn't bring him down in the box. Playing the ball forward and finds oh god, this guy's name. I said it right at the start. I butchered it there, but he misses the opportunity. Casiliano. I think it's not Casiliano, it's something different, but I'm going to say it like that for now. Apologies for that. It's like Casiliano or Ceciliano, something like that. And yet again, Shakhtar playing the ball forward. It's very direct from them, and it's all too easy for them to make it 2-0. Espina with the goal, helping Shakhtar take a 2-goal advantage, and it's looking very, very unlikely now we will fight back in this match. And it's annoying to see that out of the 2 centre-backs, Mattia is the one playing badly. You know, Amari is not the first choice centre-back. I can understand if his performance is slightly worse. We've got a chance here, though, and we do get one back. Casiliano, again, apologies, it's not Kia. You don't put as much emphasis on the C, but Casiliano with the goal, either way, giving us a way back. McCourt with playing the ball to Snogo, and Snogo with a very good assist, really good ball. And their keeper obviously should have done better there, but we're going to take it. You know, we're going to take any chance we can get, hopefully. I mean, we haven't so far in this match. From now on, we definitely need to. Good tackle from Sidibé, but it's not properly cleared with that challenge. And it will come back towards us. And they get the ball through. It's a good save from Cox. It's still not completely cleared. Cox yet again with another good save. Benitez this time actually getting it away from the goalkeeper enough. So Cox there with a brilliant double save, keeping this game at 2-1. It's still possible that we can get a point out of this match. And Vincent Mattia is still having a shocking match out there. And I will need to talk to him about that at half-time. That is, if we're not already 3-1 down, again, they miss another chance. Shakhtar 6 click opportunities. And clearly the centre-backs are not working right now. I'm going to say... I expect a better second half performance. I'm going to individually tell him that your mistake cost us a goal and this is not acceptable. I need to see a better performance out there, especially defensively, especially from the centre-backs, because right now it is too easy for Shakhtar to find the chances. And actually I'm surprised it is still currently at 2-1, because really a team of Shakhtar's quality should be doing a lot better with them chances. I think Carlos could be about to get sent off here. It looked like a pretty poor challenge on the 3D engine. And it did. It looked like he just lunged in there uncontrollably. And as a result, he's going to walk off the pitch. I was meant to play Snogo target man attack. I forgot to do it. But yeah, what we're going to do is I'm going to put Casiliano out on the left. And I'm going to play him on the left-hand side for the next maybe 10 minutes or so. We'll see how he goes. For some reason, there's no ratings up in the middle. But being down to 10 men now does make our task a lot harder. But it's still only just one more goal. Technically, we only need one more chance to make it, to get it back on 2-2. Cox with a good save, but it's not enough to keep Shakhtar's 7th clear cut opportunity of the game out. And it is 3-1 Shakhtar, and it is game over. It is game over. Fucking shitty defensive performances. We're going to play Rod Austin up front by himself as advanced forward. We're going to take Casiliano off and bring on a natural winger. And Mazzatelli has not done well enough today. The deep line playmaker defend of a Mofarom. And yet again, Shakhtar are just breezing through right now. And Mattia there with a decent block right in front of the goal. So there you go. He actually did something in this match which contributed to the team not conceding. But it's still been a shocking performance from the team. Valencia are also winning 2-0, which does mean Juve, the team currently, will be looking to try and top to beat to that 3rd place spot. We did draw 1-1 to them obviously earlier. But, fucking shit save from Cox. This game needs to hurry up and end. I'm done with it. But yeah, we drew to Juve earlier on, but obviously it's going to be difficult to go to Italy and try and get a result there, because games against wise is what I'm thinking against Juve. what it might have to come down to, or the game we play against Juve. Thomas with a cross which almost became a shot or a goal or some nonsense like that. But it's going to end 4-1, and really it was shocking from both ends. Not really offering enough going forward. We have one clear cut, one half chance, and we scored one of them, which isn't too bad. 50% conversion rate is not the worst. You do it. But defensively, we were shocking. Absolutely shocking. Carlos getting himself sent off obviously doesn't help us in any way, shape or form. But things have got to start to change, because this is not acceptable. That's a shocking performance there. Because it's not like we've tried hard, and in the end the quality of Shakhtar is shone through. To me, right there, that is just a poor performance. And that can't be happening. So I'll meet you back in a moment for when we play Shakhtar at home, where hopefully we can get some sort of better result. And we're actually going to have 2 people suspended. Musto is going to be out from that game, so Albi will be coming into the starting lineup. But 2 bad, hefty defeats in a row in the Champions League. At one point, we're going to have to turn it around, like I say. Hopefully with the home advantage against Shakhtar, that's where it will occur. Yet again, we're at Victoria Stadium. Now, I don't know why, but I think this year we're just going to play our group games at Victoria Stadium, which is a bit of a weird one. But I don't mind it. I think, based on the Juve game where we got a 1-1 draw, maybe we'll get more of an advantage playing at Victoria Stadium. Maybe it's such a small pitch. Maybe, I don't know if the pitch is small in comparison, but maybe it's such a small pitch, such a small ground, only 2,000 people being there. I doubt they'll even be allowed to bring away fans with an attendance like that. Maybe it will give some sort of additional advantage to us and maybe knock Shakhtar off their game. Obviously, we're going to need that to happen. We're going to need something to happen. Ideally, we need a win going into these last 2, or a win here today. So going into them last 2 games, we have something that we can use. As you can see, the group is very tight apart from us. We're the only ones currently lingering behind. Everyone else still has that chance to finish top or third apart from us. Or like I say, if we win today, maybe we'll be thrown back in to the mix of the group. And that's what we need. So today we have the return of Roma Perez. Also with Carlos being out suspended, it also allows for Albi. It allows for Tommy Thomas to come in, and with Musta suspended, it allows for Mattia Albi to come in. I think I said that right. Got my words mixed up there. Nathan Taylor needs to go on the bench quickly. It's because normally the reserves aren't eligible because they're playing it. Normally it's a bit difficult or something. I don't know. Normally they're not available. Currently today they are available, which is great. Maybe my reserves are actually the reason I can't play at the ground that I need to, the Victoria Point. Europa Point, sorry, not Victoria Point. Let me go on the reserves fixture quickly and just have a look. No, they play at Victoria Stadium as well. I don't know, it's a bit weird. But either way, that is the team, and we're going to... Oh, wait, I need to change one thing. Target man attack. I keep forgetting to do that. And you two can swap back in positions, please. But yeah, let's go. So obviously we're going to need a massive performance today, and we need to see something more from the team. Hopefully with Perez in the defence and Mattia having a little bit of a speaking to, that'll add some stability back there. We've scored in every game in the Champions League so far. We're just not enough to win the game. So, we just need that. We need that change. We need that spark. We need that little bit of something that will give us the edge. So I'm going to calmly tell the lads, we're huge underdogs here. No pressure for success. Go out there and show everyone what you've got. Let's hope that team talk is one that will encourage them on to victory. And we've done better than we did in the previous game against Shakhtar. We're not 1-0 down after 8 minutes. Juve are beating Valencia 1-0. And it's actually us with a corner in. Not a particularly great corner. No red and white shirt was anywhere really near it. McCourt on the right-hand side, though, with a chance to whip this in. Again, not particularly great, but it goes back out to McCourt. Someone got to get this in. Here's Sidbey with the goal. And it gives Gibraltar United a 1-0 lead. And look at that. If we were to win today and Juve were to win, going into the last 2 games, we would still be 2 points behind any of the teams above us, but only 3 points then behind the team in first. So this is what we need. We need to continue to push. And yet again at home now, on the attack, here's Thomas with the ball in, and Sanogo gives us a 2-goal lead. I'd still not say that is secure. That's a little bit worrying to say that a 2-goal lead isn't secure. But against a team like Shakhtar, who, last game obviously were very good, we can't say it's secure. It's still 15 minutes in. Maybe they're having a really slow start. Who's to say? But we need to continue to push, continue to press, and try and even get maybe a third. Perez picking up a knock is not encouraging. He seems to pick up a lot of knocks and injuries and little niggles here and there. And it's never encouraging to see that from your player. Yet again, we're on the attack. Sanogo playing it to McCourt, unable to actually find him. McCourt's been brought down, and we actually get a penalty. And it is Sidibé who will actually step up to try and get the second of the game. And a chance to give us a 3-0 lead. And hopefully a really good possibility to actually get us a win. What's strange, actually, as we do take a 3-goal lead, there you can see my fans in the red and white shirts and stuff. And that's on the left-hand side of the stadium. I recently played Lincoln and lost in the league. We lost the game in the league, but I didn't really mind because we're still top of the table. But yeah, that's where the away fans sit. And if that's the only seating area in this stadium, why are the away fans there? The away fans would always be in the standing areas. I don't know, it's a bit weird. that to me doesn't calculate. Oh, there are people on this side as well, but even then, you know, if there's seating, why would yeah, they'll just have a little section of the you know, one of the other stands, wouldn't they? They wouldn't have this. But either way, and there we go, Shakhtar on the way back, maybe. They get one. Loraka with the goal. And it was Perez trying to close down the defence, unable to, and Mattia, I don't know what he's doing. He's waving his hand up in the air instead of chasing down the defender. But Shakhtar do get one back in the game. And actually, look at that. Juve and Valencia drawing. That benefits us. What it does mean is everyone is still only now 3 points within each other again. And Juve are only 1 point ahead of us. But again, Shakhtar on the counter-attack. If they get another one before half-time, which they don't, thankfully for us, they don't get another one just before half-time. I'm going to calmly tell the lads, I'm very pleased with your performance so far. Keep it up. They all look delighted, as they should be. You know, it's not every day that you can say you're beating Shakhtar 3-1, especially when 2 weeks ago they trounced you at their place. So it is a good performance. There's nothing to mention as well. We actually were 2-0 up and we only had one half chance. That shows we were quite clinical today very early on, and that's good. We started aggressively and we took our chances quickly. We're going to take Castellano off. We're going to bring Rod Austin on in a poacher role. As you can see, actually, the bench I didn't talk about. I put Saidi on the bench due to the fact we didn't have a winger on the bench. So Rod Austin coming on is sort of the winger option on the bench coming on. But it should be fine, you know. Hopefully, anything does happen, we know we'll bring the striker on. We'll put Rod Austin back in the winger position. But time is flying by in this second half now. And with 20 minutes remaining in the game, we still find ourselves with a 2-0 advantage. 2-goal advantage, a 2-goal lead. I wish it was 2-0. It'd be nice to not concede. But Shakhtar now on the attack, and they do go on back. Bullet is going to be ruled out for offside. The guy that caused us all our problems in the previous game, Dennis. I'm not going to try and pronounce the surname. I can't be bothered. But he got a goal disallowed. And we're going to make another substitution. We are going to take Mazzatelli off. We're going to bring Morgan on. I think Mazzatelli has actually picked up a lot of yellow so far. Might even be out of the next game with that yellow card. Can't quite remember. But yeah, we'll just make that change more than anything to add a pair of fresh legs in the middle of the park and waste a bit of time as well, you could say. But look at that, time has flown by now, and we're now at the end of the game. They couldn't leave the pitch without injuring one of our players. We'll bring Saidi on and put Austin back in that winger role for the next 10 seconds or however long this game is going to last. It actually lasted for another near 2 minutes, so I'm surprised there. But come on, ref, full-time whistle. Full-time whistle. Is this actually our first win in the Champions League group stage? I think it is, isn't it? Yeah, we've never won in the Champions League group stage. I was trying to remember back. We only got that draw to Zenit. So, first win ever in the Champions League group stage. And it was a 3-1 victory against Shakhtar Donetsk in a game where in the first half we looked very comfortable, very confident. And in the second half we showed incredible professionalism in our game to just sort of kill it. You know, it was 3-1 at half-time. We knew what we had to do, and the team just did it. They just had a boring match and just let it die out. So that is great. Juve won 2-1 in the end. I didn't actually pick up on that during the game. But 800k being picked up here, nearly £1 million that is, just for winning a game in the Champions League group stage. It's financial-wise, it just covers them any losses and stuff for the month. Just nearly 16 million in the balance now. And let me go back into my inbox. Anything I needed to see here? Team talk, you know, whatever, you can do that, assistant manager, not team talk, press conference. But what it does mean is it does poise up a pretty good end to this group. You know, everyone is still within touching distance of one another. I mean, we are 2 points behind the team in front of us, but then again, we're 2 points behind the team in second. Now, if it goes to game against, we would not be above Shakhtar. Shakhtar would have beaten us on terms of what would that have been? 5-4 aggregate scoreline if we were to go games against. So that's not good. Valencia with their 5-1 victory doesn't look like games against is going to really be a viable option there. A viable option. So if we're going to want to go through here, we're going to have to get more points than the teams above us. And what that does mean is we're going to need to get another win from somewhere. And with Valencia coming up, you know, there's no better time to try and get that win. And obviously our home form in the groups has been really good. I mean, in the qualifying, our away form was a little better. In the groups, our home form has seemed to be the difference. You know, with a draw so far and a win, the next game, or the last game of the group really, I should say, against Valencia could be where it's all decided. However, with that game against Juventus, you know, that could be where it's also completely ruled out that we could go through. You know, if there's a draw in a game above, that rules us out pretty much. Unless we can get a bigger than 5-1 margin of victory over Valencia. So really, going into the next game, we need a draw minimum against Juve. And that's going to, based on our away form in the group so far, it's going to be one hell of a task. One thing to note as well, Mazzatelli will be suspended for that match. I was right in saying that his yellow card in that match today was his third yellow card of the group or the Champions League campaign so far, and that is him out. So that's going to be a shame, but hopefully no more injuries to the first team players from Mustaf, from Carlos. How did Albi actually do? I may keep Albi in if he... What was his rating? 7.4? I may keep Albi in. He played really well in that game. Defensively, we were a lot more solid in that game. I think I might just do that. But yeah, you know, hopefully, you know, Carlos returning to the starting lineup, that'll maybe add something going forward. I don't know. Either way, though, next time I meet you back will be the crucial deciders, and you know, we have that chance of getting to a knockout competition. It's not a massive chance, but it still is a chance, and that's great to be in that position, especially after the third group game. So until next time, guys, peace out.